Players Tour. Next up on the show, Matt, we've got another England-Ireland clash with England's Matty Worden in red, using the green bowls, and SMPT's most decorated player, Mark Beattie from Ireland, in the blue shirt, where using the red bowls. So, yet again, 12 ends to be played. It's a crucial Group D match. And Matty's leading off. Matty's been playing very well today, as of course you'd expect Mark has been too. So we're expecting a good game here. Good start from Matty. Drawing the first touch up. Mark, a very methodical player. And a good response from Mark, also getting a touch up. Matty, quite an aggressive player, obviously plays a bit of crown green bowls. He just wants to come and have a look at this, see how the bowls are sat. You can see very tight to the jack there, but he'll probably want to disturb this a little bit. Just wants to decide which hand to come down on. Yeah, so it's a step out on the backhand. Yeah, controlled weight from Matty. It's not a bad result there. His bowl rolled over, so his shot. Plenty of space. I'm not sure whether Mark will attack this just yet. Playing down the forehand side, so he might well go for this. Yes, he is. His touch obviously covered by Matt's bowl. And he's just killed it, so both players allowed to kill the jack twice without penalty. So they'll reset and we'll start N1 again. Might actually, for those of you who watch our streams regularly, you might well remember the end between Mark Beattie and Scotland's Lawrence Moffat, where we had 6 touches in the ditch out of 8 bowls one end. That was some end. So Matty to start us off again. Yeah, perfectly bowled. Didn't get the touch on the jack, but sat right behind it. Mark just wants us to hurry on that line. Yeah, just slightly short. Good second bowl. So Matty just coming up with his second bowl, finishing through. Good spot. Mark will now look to drop in behind the jack there, next to Matty Warden's first bowl. Yeah, pace was perfect from Mark, just slightly wide on the line. Yeah, Matt will overdraw this, just looking to pick the jack up. Drop it back. Just trying to egg it on. In for 2 though. So Mark switching to this backhand. Yeah, made sure he was here. 2 seconds now for Mark. So Matty's final bowl of this first end. Just looking to drop down inside Mark's last bowl. Looking good. Yeah, very good from Matty. And a toucher. Played that well. Mark just looking at the angles of a strike on the forehand here. Yeah, good bowl from Mark there. That's a superb result there. No. Oh. Yeah. So, good bowl from Mark. Last bowl there. Takes a single shot. Good first end from both players there. Looking like it's going to be a good close match. That's what we want. So Mark to lead off on this second end. Yeah, that's good. Got a toucher. I'm sure Matty will just make sure he's up to this to get a toucher as well. Again, remember with his first bowl, if it does touch and go in the ditch, it will be removed. So all about the right pace here. Once it full, yeah, that's a good bowl. Yeah, the bowl hasn't gone completely in the ditch, so it will stay live. Kevin's just checking to confirm the rule. Yeah, it's just chalking it. The bowl has to be completely dead, or completely in the ditch to be removed. If any part of it is in the live area, it will remain on the mat. Again, for the first bowl only from both players. So Mark after his toucher. Just inside it, sat Matt's toucher down. So Matt electing to leave his toucher there and just draw down on this backhand side. Just wants to get round that. He has done. So Mark's sticking with the forehand. I think he wants to try for his toucher again. Just big, I think. Yeah, just a bit wide. So still 2 to Matty. Oh, and we've got James Bucknell saying hello to us. So a similar draw from Matty. He wants to try and stick clear of these bowls now, which he's done. Played at a great pace too. Yeah, that's very good. 3 or 4 inches from the ditch. Decisions for Mark now. His final bowl of this end. So sticking with the backhand. Looks to be a good effort. Not quite going to beat that bowl. Another foot or so. He's cut one out. Still 2 down. No real shot for Matty other than the draw here. Little shake of the wrist, that usually indicates it might be a fraction heavy, but certainly doesn't seem to be. Yeah, he's played it well. So I think that's going to be a counter 3. You can see from the overhead. Mark just checking that third shot. Yep, 3 is indicated by Mark, so good end for Matty Worden. 3 shots he picks up and into a 3-1 lead after 2 ends. So Mark down, looking like he's going to attack this middle jack length. Matty just sitting jack high. Again, all about the weight here. Wants to move the jack, but his bowl needs to stay live, which it has done. So yeah, good bowl. Played at the perfect pace that was. Matty now with his second bowl can attack this more and is doing so. Looking very good. Oh, that's a brilliant bowl. He's unlucky got the double rebound there. It was clean as you like on the jack. But a little bit of space now for Mark to use to get his toucher in. Both these players so good at this kind of shot. Matty especially, it is generally the way he plays. But Mark is very, very good at playing that slightly aggressive shot. So again, this is all about the weight. Doesn't want to be too heavy. Just needs to roll this bowl twice, 2 to 3 times, just to put it in close. He doesn't want to play it too hard and risk edging the jack across to Matty's. Played it on the forehand side to push it away. Yeah, just under. Pace looked good. I don't know that Matt will necessarily risk trying to chip Marks away. He might do. Yeah, he is actually. I don't know if he thinks he's one down. Oh, that is brilliant. Matty Worden, what a good bowl. Risky shot that. He could have put that bowl in close to the jack. Instead has taken Mark's shot away. Superb result for Matty. Mark could draw close to the line. I don't know if it will get him shot, but he'll certainly want a good second bowl in place here. Bowled a very good line. So just need to sit down for him. I think that's just over. Kevin Law, yeah, just over the line. Yeah, looking at the overhead shot there, I don't think a bowl tight to the line will beat Matty's in the ditch. So Matty having to adjust his weight, having just played weight. So made a good effort of this. Yeah, it's very good. Matty Worden is playing some really good bowls here. Laser 2 shots. Mark, I think we'll just look to take this bowl off. Last bowl of the end. Yep, good result. So it's just the one to Matty. Some good bowls played in that end. Matty extends his lead to 4-1 after 3 ends. So, into the 4th end we go. Matty leading off on this just over middle jack length. Just under the line there. How will Mark respond now? Again, we'll look for a bit of chalk. Get himself a toucher. Just slightly through on the pace from Mark there. Yeah, good from Matty there. Nice touch. Played it at a pace. Has left the split on here though. So you might see Mark switch into the forehand here. He'll have a chance of chipping that toucher off. He'll just look at the angle. The bowl's likely to move the jack back as well if he makes contact with it. So, looking to get both bowls here. This nearer one to the camera needs to come off the side. Yeah, good weight. Oh, played perfectly. How about that for a bowl? Jack didn't move either. So, Beattie lies 1. Played it absolutely perfect. There's been some really good bowls from these two so far. We're only into N4. So back to the draw for Matt. Coming down very well. I think that's... yeah, it's close for shot. Mark will just have a quick look at this. I wouldn't want to call it from here, but the players will have a better view of that. So, down the backhand side, wants to be this side of the jack, really. Well, yeah, even though it's fallen over, I think that's still shot. Ideally, you wanted to be just on the left-hand side of the jack as we look at it there. Does give Matty a chance with this bowl. Nice draw down the backhand side, just come past Mark's bowl, touch the jack for 2. All about the pace this is. Looks pretty close. Just going to hang, I think. Yeah, good effort. So one more bowl to come from Mark Beattie on this 4th end. Interesting to see how he plays this. 3 shots down in the match. If he's confident he's got a shot, might just draw for 2. He's playing the backhand here, I think. That surprises me a little bit. I think it's a safer bet on the other hand. But Mark is a very good bowler. As you can see, no bother at all, just draws a shot bowl. 2 removed. Matty's his 3rd there. So 2 shots to Mark Beattie. Great last bowl from Mark, and he reduces the score to 4-3 after 4 ends. So Mark not worried at all about that last, playing that slightly risky backhand side. Played the perfect way to draw shot bowl. Back in the match now. 3rd of the match gone. Just 1 shot in it. Mark sticking with this 3/4 length jack and a good lead bowl. Yeah, good response from Matty, just drifting past it. Mark now will look to get under that bowl. Yeah, just switching to the forehand, try and drop round his own bowl. Looking very good. Yeah, superb from Mark. So Matty just looking at the angles of how this is lying now, whether it's worth him playing through it. And he does, so just reaching down this, wants to split the bowls away, move the jack about. Yeah, lucky result. Just roll Mark's up as well. Let's open the jack a bit now. Again, with Mark's touches there, I think we can see Mark maybe attack that. He's got a good back position. Again, just play it at a good pace. Try and get the jack as clean as he can. He's following it. Just, yeah, he's unlucky. He just caught it slightly narrow. Wanted to be half a bowl wider there. Pace was good. Lots of chatter going on in the background. You can see Gary McNabb chatting with Alex, having obviously both of them just played on the show mat, chatting with SMPT director Craig Burgess. Not sure whether Matty Bowles got up enough there. No, Bowl in the ditch holding shot. So Mark just weighing his options up. One bowl left each. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, that shot he's looking at. So just to come down on the backhand, play into the split of the red and the green bowl. Send both the green bowls dead. He would need to play the right weight for that. He needs to make sure he plays with enough that if he does half into the split, that the green bowl does go off and doesn't roll nearer the jack. Mark very experienced though. Looks like that's the shot he's playing. No, doesn't like it. Just pushed it out. Definitely worth going, that shot. Could have got him 4 if he got it right. So Matty will just, I'm sure, look to adjust from his last bowl. Try and drop in for shot. Wider line out on the backhand side. Definitely a better line. How's your pace, Matty? Looking pretty good. Will it stop? It's got to drop. It's got 30 seconds. There it goes. It's dropped. So he's in with a shout. Yep. Mark concedes a shot. So good bowl from Matty. Gets the 1 shot on his 5th end and leads 5 shots to 3. Again, very good last bowl from Matty there. It's been a very high quality game so far. Very close. Another good lead bowl from Matty on this 6th end. Mark just slightly under, does get a toucher though. So Matty just looking to consolidate this shot. Again, I think we might look at Mark, just will be reaching this. Again, could get both bowls with the right contact. All about the weight now. Wants to hold for the jack. Yeah. Unlucky really there. Again, another toucher, so that will help his cause. But obviously just pushed Matty's bowl up. Probably could have done with a little bit more pace on that bowl, I think. So Matty having to play the right pace here. He's got to come round Mark's short bowl. Just drop the jack into the ditch. Pace is very good. Looking very close here. Superb. Very good from Matty again. Hasn't really missed much yet in this match. Mark's saving grace. He's got 2 touches on the mat. Of course, both these players unbeaten in the group. Matty having played 3 and won 3. Mark has played 2 and won 2. Mark sat out his session. Matty yet to do so. 7 players in this group. So Matty holding 2. Mark now looking to push his short toucher a straight line right up into the jack. Just, yes, brilliant. Oh, look at that. Nothing much to say about that other than brilliance. Really good bowl from Matty. The previous end has left a bowl's gap between his bowl and the jack, and Mark fills it up with a superbly played shot. Brilliant. So not much for Matty to do here. He's just looking to cover Mark's other toucher, which he's done very well. Mark just placing his foot by the line to see whether if he draws it dead to the line he can score 2. Not so sure it can. Yeah, I still think Matty's toucher in the ditch would be second bowl. So Mark will try this anyway, draw it close to the line. If anything else, it's just good practice. Just going to be over, I think. Yeah, 2 bowls overweight. So it's 1 shot to Mark Beattie. Gets back to within 1 again, and Matty leads 5-4 at the halfway stage. So brilliant game so far. Just the 1 shot separating these 2 class bowlers. Mark to lead off though on this 7th end. So slightly tight and short from Mark. Matty might just have a little look at this. Just play that yard of pace. Move the jack closer to the ditch. Hope his bowl stays on. He's down the backhand side. Yep, just playing over it. Wants a touch. Played it at the pace where he wouldn't lose his bowl if he missed. So good shot. Mark now will need to just try and get at least a bit of chalk on this bowl, because you can be guaranteed Matty will go for the jack next bowl. Looks on a good line. Just going to drop round. That's pretty good. Not sure it will deter Matty. He's looking at this both hands. Yeah, he's stepping out, so he will be playing weight at this. He's to run it on a straight line. Anything wider and it'll hold. Might actually be too tight, I think. Yeah, just pulled his arm across a little bit. It's a slight issue with playing that shot. You do let your arm come across your body. Slightly harder to judge. So chance for Mark to pile in a third. Again, just making sure he finishes past it. Yeah, Matty playing usual stance, back to the draw now. 3 down on the mat. And he's played it very well. And chance for Mark though, if he can play this right. Just bring the jack through to his 2 waiting bowls at the back. If he's slightly tight, he'll push Matty's shot bowl out anyway. Again, this is going to be all about good pace. Yep, so bowling it on that tight line. Again, all about the right pace here from Mark. Yeah, the line's pretty good. Will it just peg in time? Oh, no, it didn't. Again, see, just holding on that line. Only a yard overweight. We probably just expected that to move a little bit. He's got quite swingy bowls, Mark. I think he's using his internationals this weekend. So, Matty let off the hook. He's got a fairly simple draw for 2. Yeah, you can see how that's on a wider line, but if you're just drawing it, it does come back perfectly. Matty duly obliges, picks up the 2 shots, heads out into a 7-4 lead after 7 ends. Big opportunity for Mark there, so just missed that chance. Plenty of ends left yet, though. Deficit just 3 for Mark. Yeah, another very good start from Matty. Front touch up. Yeah, Mark playing the right way, looks good. Yeah, that's a good bowl. Moves the jack to the side, toucher behind. So for all of you players out there, these 2 great players to watch and playing the right weight to do the job, not bowling too heavy to lose your bowl if you miss. All about playing that right line and length. It's slightly awkward for Mark, the way that bowl's fallen down. Just asking Kevin Lawley, the marker, who's holding. Kevin indicates Mark's 1 up. So, yeah, Mark sticks with the backhand. Just dropping down onto his own bowl, looking good again. Yeah, it's very good from Mark. Very, very good. Of course, that now means Matty's 2 short bowls a slight hindrance to him now. Clearly see 2 to Mark. Just wants this to run past his own. He's given it a good effort. It's a good second bowl. Matty, of course, 3 up in the match, so you'll be happy with that result there. Fairly safe draw for Mark now on the forehand. Can just come up to touch the jack, sit against Matty's bowl. I want to get this. I think Mark's just looking there on the backhand to see if Matty's got a shot to hit his own to push Mark's shot bowl out. So Mark will want to get close to this. Yeah, just starting out on the wider line. I think it might cut too quick though. Yeah, it did. He just played it sort of outside in, but it pulled a bit quicker than he thought it would. His bowl has slightly blocked that shot now of Matty's. Matty looking on the forehand. But again, I don't think Matty would be too disappointed with just dropping a 1 here. Matty switches. Just a bit lacking in pace. I think Mark will just look to try and adjust from his previous bowl there. Don't think there's much else on. Wants to adjust. Rest into Matty's second bowl. And sit for 2. Interesting to see if he just changes his stance slightly. Yeah, I think he's going to play it a bit more orthodox now. Yeah, he's pushed it out, so that should hold a bit longer, but I don't think he's up. No, he knows he's not. That was a better line for the job. So just one to mark. And he reduces his deficit to 2. Matty leading 7-5 after 8 ends. So the quality's still pretty high. The game's still tight. It could go either way. Again, both players have won all their games so far. Matty having played a game more. Mark still has one more to come tonight. I can't remember whether Matty's playing another game tonight. In fact, he won't be. This is his 4th game today, so that will be it for him. Mark will have one more. So Mark gets a toucher, leaves it slightly to the side. So again, I think Matty will just be making sure he reaches this. Yeah, again. Just too wide on the line for the shot. So Mark will want to try and hide this jack now. Again, that's going to hold as well, I think. It's going to sit at the back, though. Yeah, good position. Again, will it put Matty off? It's not a toucher by the ditch, so... Yeah, Matty just playing the draw. Pushing it on. Yeah, it's close. Mark just asking a question he's holding. I think it's still Mark's bowl. Still room for this bowl to get round Matt's last bowl. Just wants it, yeah, just under the line and slightly short on pace. Yeah, you can see clearly there Mark holding the one shot. So Matty just asking what the gap is between his bowl and the jack. Again, Mark's toucher will go off the side of the mat now if Matty chooses to play a bit more aggressively at this. Just whether he'll do that or just play the draw. No, sticking to the draw. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it would have been much better if he just missed his own bowl. Would have been perfect, but still a very, very good bowl. Puts pressure on Mark's last bowl now. Mark can play into this. The jack, as you can see, will move up towards the right corner of the mat as we're looking at it. Got to be a little bit careful he's not tight and pushes his second bowl out. If the jack stays on after moving it, he could lay 2. Could kill it. Looks to be on a good line. Will it bend? Has he moved it enough? I don't know. Yeah, there you go. I think Matty's still holding. So a let off for Matt Worden on this 9th end. Laying 1, last bowl to come. Just want to take his time. Try and make sure the 2 shots. Yeah, did just hold on. Yeah, he's played it well. Very good from Matty Worden. So it's 2 shots there. Matty jumps into a 9-5 lead. 3 ends to play. So Mark, you'd feel, was going to need to win the last 3 ends here to overhaul this 4-shot difference. He's very capable of doing it. So Mark switching to the forehand here just to draw up. Yeah, it's very good. Touches the jack, drops round the corner, didn't fall over. So Kevin will spray that. I think Matty's just waiting to see. It looks like it's going to drop. It's just moving very, very slowly. Slightly wider draw. It should finish in if his pace is good. Yeah, just needed another 15 inches of weight there, really. Still looks like that ball's moving to me. Could be my eyes. Yeah, there it goes. Mark's not seen it, but it won't change his shot. Just wants to draw up to the front of the jack. Could use Matty's bowl to good use. He does. Hides the jack away. So, Matty's having a go at this, I think. Yeah, controlled weight down the forehand, onto the split, and onto the jack. Very, very good. Appreciation from the crowd. Good result on the shot there from Matty. Played that very good weight. Still a chance for Mark. Down the backhand side, roll into the last bowl. Push it away to sit 2 or 3. If he's slightly under, he'll nudge jack between his 2 red bowls anyway. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. He's following it. Yeah, very good from Mark. Holds 2. Yeah, both players not really missing much here. Pressure now on Matty Warden's last bowl at this 10th end. Yeah, looks like 2. Doesn't want to leave Matty a shoulder here. Just wants to get a clean run. So yeah, Matty just touching Mark's bowl over there. I think he's in for second now. Mark's just, I think, having a look at that just to check. Could make a difference to the shot he plays. Yeah, I'd favour Mark's on that angle. Again, the players will have a better view down by the mat. So just decisions for Mark now. Just a draw, wants to get in off his other toucher there. Well, yeah, that might have done it. Yeah, it certainly has. So it's at least 2. 2 out. This is a big end for Mark Beattie. He'll be straight back into this match. Umpire called. So it's 2 so far. 3 here brings him back to within 1 shot of Matty's lead. Yeah, looks like it to me. 3 it is. So great end for Mark Beattie there. Brings him right back into this match now. Trails just by 1. 9-8. 2 ends to play. It is game on here now. It has been a high quality match. Neither player really missing much. So, Mark with a long jack. Interesting. So, wanted a touch there, didn't get it. So left it jack high. So obviously prior to our new ruling, Matty would have just played it this jack straight in the ditch. So it's all about the pace now. He wants to move it. Yeah, I think he's going to lose the bowl. Yeah, won't be overly happy with that. So Mark might even have a look at this now. I think he's going to stick with the draw. He will want to move this jack though, because Matty will be able to go for it with his second bowl. Yeah, good line from Mark. Yeah, very, very good. I think, although that is a toucher next to the jack, I think Matty's got no choice but just to run into these bowls. Try and open it up. Remember, leads by 1. Yep, just a straight run down. Looks close. Yeah, very good. Toucher in the ditch, but is much better position for Matty now. Holds the 1 shot. Again, played at the right pace. Perfect result. So Marked back to the draw. Try and get as close as he can. Again, looks to be on a good line. Wants it to keep running. Needs to drop down now. It has done. So it's just covered it a bit. Still a chance for Matty. Foot or so to draw to the jack. Yeah, played it on a good line. If it runs, it'll be close. Oh, it's a good effort. Yeah, Mark just holding. Just needed to miss that bowl to get round. Touch unfortunate for Matty there. So Mark looking to draw around his shot bowl. Pace again looks really good. Oh, it's superb. Very good from Mark Beattie. That's why he's a 7-time SMPT singles champion. Very, very good. Former world #1, of course. So, Matty's coming down through this. Last bowl of this penultimate end. What's his contact like? Oh, it's going to drop. Oh, has he got a result? It looks close. The overhead will give us a better look. Mark looks like it's resting there. He's moved away very quickly, so I think it is still 1 to Mark. Yes, it is. So, 1 shot to Mark Beattie. Very unlucky for Matty Worden there. Nearly got a result from it. So Mark's crawled his way back. We're into the final end. 9 shots each, and it's a 1-end shootout. Mark sticking with a long length jack. That's good from Mark. Chalk very important there. The jack's quite close to the line, so again, Matty's got to play the right weight here. Yeah, that's good. Toucher for him as well. So decisions for Mark now. Yeah, split looks good. If he plays it at the right pace, he could just come straight in onto the jack, sit against it. He could decide to play it harder to chip both the bowls off, but yeah, he's going to play with a little bit here. Ideally, he gets Matty's straight and then runs across onto the jack. But that will leave Matty's in the ditch. See what we get. Weight it is. Yes, brilliant result. What a good shot. Played the bowl first, run round onto the jack, turned it round the corner behind his own, and has covered it up very well. Perfect result for the man from Ireland. So again, decisions for Matty now. Will he look to open it up? 2 touches obviously Mark's got. Yeah, looks like he's playing forehand at this. Here we go. What result will he get? Oh, just shy. Another half a bowl wider. That would have been a good shot. So Mark's got to think about position here. Down the backhand. And wants to finish just behind the jack if he can. It's just if he falls over there. Yeah, if he'd fallen towards the camera, it would have made it a bit harder for Matty. I don't think Matty can really play through this now. He is, he's running at it. Oh, he's chipped one out. Mark's still laying 2. One bowl left for each player now. Mark just considering the position. As you can see from the overhead there, any contact on the shot bowl will push the jack towards Mark in the corner of the ditch, so that's quite handy for Mark. Matty's obviously played a bit of weight the last couple of bowls, so he would have to adjust playing the draw. Again, Mark doesn't want to leave a shoulder. He might well just look to draw long jack, sit in the line of the backhand draw. He might even play this straight to push that jack in the corner to guarantee him the shot. This would be some bowl, this. Looks close. Oh, wow. Not quite. There's a risk to take. He's still holding the shot. I'm not sure if that jack's still live or not. It's very close to being dead. We'll see if Kevin chalks it. Matty's just having a look now to see if it's dead. I think they've called it live. Mark just checking as well. So, a little bit more of opportunity now for Matty. Easier draw than it would have been. Can afford to touch the jack. How's your luck, Matty Worden? Is it round it? Oh, it's brilliant. What a great bowl. Appreciation from the crowd as well. Might have even made 2 of it. Definitely the one shot. But Matty Worden wins the match. We'll confirm shortly if it's 1 or it was 1. So Matty wins 10 shots to 9. So, superb match there from two great players. Nip and tuck all the way. Mark had to come back into it towards the end, which he did. Sent it into a one-end shootout at the end. But a superb last bowl from Matty, following Mark taking a chance to try and make it a dead cert shot, and he drew the jack perfectly. What a great game of bowls. We'll be back with an interview with Matty shortly.